Bum, ba, bum. Bum, ba, bum. Alright, let's see what Ron's doing with the horses. Still digging? Who did you say was brother? Who was it fell by the way? When whiskey and blood run together, did you hear anyone pray? I didn't hear nobody pray, dear brother. I didn't hear nobody pray. I heard the crash on the highway, but I didn't hear nobody pray. When I heard the crash on the highway, I knew what it was from the start. I went to the scene of destruction, and a picture was stamped on my heart. There was whiskey and blood all together, mixed with glass where they lay. Death played a hand in destruction, but I didn't hear nobody pray. I wish I could change this sad story that I am now telling you, but there is no way I can change it, but somebody's life is now through. Their soul has been called by the master that died in a crash on the way, and I heard the groans of the dying, but I didn't hear nobody pray. I didn't hear nobody pray, dear brother. I didn't hear nobody pray. I heard the crash on the highway, but I didn't hear nobody pray. I think that would have done better if it was an actual song with music and actually being vocalized rather than me having to do that. Because there's been some nice musical interludes in this, you know? And I feel like that deserved it. Maybe more than another one. I don't know. I even lived in there for a bit. No way. Yeah, too drafty. I moved out one winter and never looked back. It gets cold? Sure, when the sun's down. Nice old church, though. Really nice. Could make a nice workshop. There you go. Alright, let's see. Has the plane moved? Well, the plane's moved. No, the plane hasn't moved, but Ezra's here. Wow! Seems to be working okay. Julian's gonna love this. Who? Oh, Julian's Ezra's brother. Yeah, it's amazing. I guess we should go and see if the ghost has anything to say to us. No, he's just wandering there. Nope, okay. But I heard nobody pray. Whoa, okay. Alright, to the Waffle House. No? Nothing to do with the Waffle House? Oh, hello. Wow, there are a lot of birds up there. Do 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 do. You're gonna walk over us? Yes, thank you, Ron. Well, alright. We're having the ceremony for the horses? How did they get that up onto the barn? Do 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 do. We all here? We all here? Hey y'all, thanks for sticking around for this. I know we've all got places to... Well, if anybody still needs somewhere to go, be sure and speak up, okay? I think Ron's heading through the woods tonight. Back to the road if you want a caravan. You staying in? Yeah, sure, I'll stay. Yeah, I'll stay. At least for a while. I just want to make sure everyone has somewhere to go. I think we can build something here again. This place has good bones. Just make sure everyone's got somewhere to go. For right now, though, we've got some friends to bury. The neighbors. Nikki has a poem, and I have a song. If anyone wants to say anything, though, I'll go first. The neighbors were kind, gentle, beautiful horses. I used to go on walks with the silver one, out in the woods, by... Why didn't anybody ever give them names? The silver one. Well, I guess he was grey, but his coat looked silver in the light, so I always called him that in my head. And the other one is the other one. And I love these horses. But you'd never know it if you heard me talk about them like that. So I'm sorry, silver one and other one. Sorry I don't have better names for you. You deserve better names. Also, sorry I'm so bad at this. Anybody else have anything to say? Ron's got something to say. Elmo was thinking about when all those canned carrots showed up in the mail. We didn't give them names because their names weren't ours to give. Ron's got something to say. I just want to say these horses used to crap on my floors, but it never bothered me too much. I never mentioned it to anyone. I didn't want to make a thing out of it. But if we're clear in the air, well, that happened, and it's okay. I mean, recently too, I was cleaning up horse crap just a couple of days ago, but I'm saying it was okay. Wow, 2 in 1 day. Amazing. Amazing. It would have been okay if any of you wanted to crap on my floors. I just want to say that. I would have cleaned up after any of you, if you crapped on my floor. Thanks, Ron. Thinking about when all those canned carrots showed up in the mail? Nah. Think we should do... We didn't give them names because the names weren't ours to give. The horses were here before us, you know? They came with the people from Central America. You know, the Utopians. The people of nothing. The people of nothing arrived by horseback in October, and their first experiment was to free the horses. That was generations ago, of people and horses. I don't know when we started calling them the neighbors. We should have called them the people, I think. They were the only consistent residents of this place for over 100 years, and now they're all gone. Who are the people now? The reason why they're called the neighbors is for the pun. Okay, I guess we better move on. Nikki, you ready? Thanks for sticking around, like Emily said. It's so good to have you all here for this. Well, the weather turned out okay today, didn't it? It's good to have us all here. I know some people have had to leave already. I don't judge anyone for that. I think the neighbors would have liked this, all of us gathered here. They like to be around people. Maya, you and other visitors might not know about the out-of-towner. He came here to work for the company to dig a ditch, and the company worked him good and hard, and for less than he was worth, but it wasn't enough. They had to use him up completely. After that, we became ungovernable. First out of shame, then grief, then anger. I wanted to write this poem because the neighbors led me through that time. This is a poem for the neighbors, but it's also for this town. Yeah, we're going to bury this town today, when we bury these horses. It's the same thing. We're going to bury these horses, and what do you think will happen next? We'll all walk out into the woods and leave this place empty. No, I guess some of us might stay and build again. That's alright. It couldn't be me, but to try is to your birthright. If you do stay, you'll be building on top of a grave. But that's true anywhere. The whole world is built on top of graves. Look for me under your boot soles, as the fella says. Nikki clears her throat and begins reading from the paper she's holding. I think the grass will never grow again. We all leave town and call that town a ghost. But we who stayed in shame to penance pay. We all leave town and call that town a ghost. What ghost gave this town breath and made it home? And now that breath is gone, we buried it here. What's left is not a ghost, it's just the bones. Nikki closes her eyes for a moment before continuing. Nikki directs her attention at Shannon. Nikki's hands tremble a bit as she reads from the paper. Shannon. Our neighbors were the best of us, of course. It's always so. Our better selves, clear of ourselves where we can see their glory glow. They glow now, underground, our friends with love. I have no will now left to comfort you. Our neighbors left us here, though not alone. To greener pastures, we might say, but lie. Though not alone. So let me try instead to share your woe. But staring at the clouds my vision showed. Where friends have gone, we hope one day to go. Here, where we lay our town and friends to rest, in distant valleys, home to better friends. Below the earth, in damp, torchlit caves. May yet some day anew in hale grass grow. Return their souls in peace and gently roam. Some other cherished fools will build their home. Very nice. Then we buried the horses.
I've heard of a land of joy and peace and wonderful life. A beautiful place of mansions fair and skies so bright, where all who believe the Savior dear forever shall stay. And having been saved by grace divine, I'm going that way. I'm going that way. I'm going that way. Yes, dear, the Savior I adore is with me each day. I'm clinging to Him and never to stray. Just singing praises all day long. I'm going that way. Well, glorious news I tell and sing as onward I go. For those who are still astray in sin, my Savior may know. I want them to sing that praise above some beautiful day. For glory to Him who died for me, I'm going that way. I know I shall meet Him at the gate when trials are past. I know I shall meet Him face to face in glory at last. Oh, I believe that when we meet, well done, He'll say, while trusting that soul redeeming love, I'm going that way. I'm going that way. I'm going that way. Yes, dear, the Savior I adore is with me each day. I'm clinging to Him and never to stray. Just singing praises all day long. I'm going that way.
That was a very beautiful song. And I quite like the effect of all the people joining in to, you know, help commemorate the burial of the horses. Okay, so people are heading off on their way. Does that mean we can do something now? Yeah, I can be the cat again. So, what left? What left indeed? She had a very pretty voice for sure, definitely, yeah. I don't know if the vocal talent is credited in between acts, but I'm pretty sure they will make sure that they credit her voice for that song at least. It's definitely worth doing as well. Alright, so they set up like a band constant stage area here? Half expecting more singing coming out. Looks like they're prepping. So, Okay. Is that it? Is there anything else left in Act 5? The end. No, there we go. Okay. So, I assume it's going to roll into a credits now. But we'll see. No, no credits. Wow. So we can restart from Act 1 if we wanted to. But I don't think I'm going to do that. Obviously, this is a narrative-based game, and there are many, many, many different options you can choose for dialogue. You can see all the different, like, scene transitions. Like, you were mentioning before, Permanent, about missable interactions. There are some times in the game where you have to make a choice between following two people's perspectives. So, for example, you can join Ezra as the child to try and explore, like, a forest. Or you can stick around with Shannon and the delivery driver. And yeah, so you get to... This is a game where you can replay it and see lots of different perspectives. However, with the way that ended, I think there is only a certain limited amount of actual endings. But I don't know for 100%. I couldn't say. Now, is there a way for me to back out the screen here? Options? Let's see, credits. Yeah. Wait. Well. Oh yes. I like the multiplayer option, which is basically play until something makes you think and feel something, and then carry on. But let's have the credits roll. Oh, it's not got a thing to roll. Okay. Right, here we go. So this was created by Cardboard Computer. I'm playing the Kentucky Route Zero TV edition on Switch. So Ben Babbitt, Jake Elliott, Tamas Kemenczy. Featuring songs recorded by the Bedquilt Ramblers, Emily Cross, Bob Buckstaff, and Ben Babbitt. All music recorded and mixed by Ben Babbitt. Additional mixing by Theo Karen at Hotel Earth. So, performers. Let's see. Is there a one for the last one? No, I guess not. But here and there along the Echo, Will Odom and Poppy Golland, Un Pueblo de Nada, Mireio Lucio and Amelia Heather, Word, M. Shane Abel, Drew Ackerman, Carmen Caldera as well. Act 5 Town Choir, Nicole Beckwith, Theo Karen, Alina Cutrono, Alex Rose, Tom Carroll, Walt Clements, Anna Eligio featuring Emily Cross, recorded by Theo Karen at Hotel Earth. So I assume then that the main singer there was Nicole Beckwith. So Annapurna interacted with the publisher of the game. I don't know what Whiting Game Studio did though. And we got all the different localization, the quality assurance people. Thanks to our wonderful community who made this game possible via support on Kickstarter and Patreon, through beta testing or simply playing the game. Special thanks to Eli Fessler, Ryan Fitzberg, Phil Morton, Cracked Ray Tube, who provided some audio source material, Ashley Abel, Joe Bennett, Joe Humphrey, Kenny Rambo from Heartland Communication Consultants for Un Pueblo de Nada, Kelly Berry and the rest of the folks at Hardin County Educational Community Television for lending the support to the studio, James Connolly, John Cates, and the Phil Morton Memorial Research Archive, and then lots more people there. Annapurna Interactive, thanks as well. Created with Unity. Hello, Reaper! You have joined as we have just finished the game. We have literally finished Act 5 of Kentucky Route Zero, and we were just reading through the credits. So, my thoughts on this game then. It's a bit odd because there's not really a scrolling credits thing to look at, but I guess we'll have it up here. So, I think I get what the game was going for, but I don't think it was necessarily the type of game that resonates with me specifically. So I guess an overriding theme of this game is the fact that it's based off of people living in a smallish, rural-ish kind of town in America, and then what changes the future brings with them. So whether it's automation, whether it's, you know, people's jobs being replaced by machines, the usefulness of people fixing old electronics that aren't even going to get used anymore, people's livelihoods being taken over by big corporations, or the big power company as it's described in this game. Those are all, you know, current and relevant fears, but because I'm not in that kind of place, I don't feel the same way that someone else that might do this. But at the same time, I'm not sure that this game would even be aimed at that type of person who would be wondering about that kind of thing. Like, let's say I was someone who was a factory worker and I was worried about my job being taken over by machines and being replaced by automation and so on, I don't think I'd be playing this game. It's just not the type of thing I'd be doing. This is a very experimental game, and like I said, this was started in 2013. Now, 2013, like I said, was a year after Telltale's The Walking Dead, and that sort of reignited the whole adventure games are valid and relevant now. In between then, we've had lots of different other ones. So we've had the whole Walking Dead series from Season 1 to Season 4, Tales of the Borderland, Game of Thrones, all Telltale series. We've had Life is Strange. We've had Life is Strange 2, actually, because Life is Strange Episode 5 of Season 2, or Life is Strange 2, came out before Act 5 of Kentucky Route Zero did. So that's, come and gone. And I think that the time spent here from 2013 to 2020 kind of built up an idea of what Kentucky Route Zero is going to be about. It's one of those things though where I've kind of heard about the game when it came out in 2013, the first act or first 2 acts or something. And then since then, nothing happened because the acts weren't done. And then the final act came out and people were like, oh, this is amazing. This is like the best game of 2020 so far. And I don't think that's quite the case. Or at least for me, Opinions differ and so on. But yeah, it had a lot to live up to. And I don't think it did it for me personally. But hey, some people like these kinds of things. And yeah, I'm sure it was relevant and valid and resonated with them. But that kind of wraps up my time with Kentucky Route Zero. I think I may have had some difficulties technically with streaming it, which may also color my opinion of the game, because it's an interesting game. It's branching in very different paths. There's lots of dialogue. There's some beautiful music in the game, like we heard with that last song there. But I think the sum of the game is less. I think the game is less than the sum of its parts, if that makes sense. Like, there are some beautiful moments in it, but overall it's kind of like, yeah, just not for me, I guess. So that wraps it up. So, thanks for watching the stream, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed the Kentucky Route Zero playthrough. I will try to keep in mind when game releases happen in the future of, hey, there's only a couple of days before a new game comes out that we're going to be definitely playing. Make sure we don't start something that's not going to be definitively done by then. Because that's kind of what happened with this. Because we had this, then Wargroove, then Fire Emblem DLC, then Animal Crossing, then Good Job, and it's all come out all at the same time. As well as Exit the Gungeon as well, actually. So yeah, I'll try and keep that in mind in the future. But yeah, if you enjoyed watching this, you can follow us at twitch.tv/RiggyRob in case you're not watching us live. So thank you to Permanent for doing that. They've finished watching our Xenoblade and figured they'd catch us live. So yes, thank you very much for that. And hope you guys do that more in the future. Every like, comment, subscribe, follow, share, wherever it is, whether it's here on, Twitch, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Twitter, Discord, wherever it is, it all helps. All helps with the great algorithm of the internet. That thing that really didn't actually get mentioned in this game at all, which feels a bit odd because the internet is such an overreaching part of the world now. So the fact that the internet didn't really get mentioned at all in this it's a bit odd, I guess I gotta say. I'll make sure this gets uploaded to YouTube. That's at youtube.com/RiggyRobPimsyPlay. We've also got Discord and Twitter you can follow us on, and those will say when we go live. So Twitter is the best thing to follow to keep updates of what games we're going to play and when we're going to play them. So things like, Kentucky Route Zero. Kentucky Route Zero is finished now, so I can move on to things like Wargroove again. Or I'll go back to Exit the Gungeon, actually, because I've got an Exit the Gungeon boss guide series that I want to tie off. And it's fun as well. Yeah, I just want to get back to playing it. So we've got those going on. We have a schedule panel underneath our Twitch stream by Stream Elements that has a countdown to our next stream. We go live Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. That is 8 p.m. UK time on the weekdays. So that's like 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. Especially now that daylight savings for us is gone now, so we have moved an hour forward. Yeah, spring forward, fall back. Yeah, so an hour forward now, so that should match up with people's time zones a little bit better than it was before. And Sundays is 10 a.m. UK time, and that's the ones that I usually do solo. So Monday we will probably play some more Animal Crossing, and we'll also probably play some more Good Job, because that came out like last week, and it's really fun. Really fun thing to play. So yeah, tune in then if you feel like it. So yeah, thanks for watching the stream, guys, and I'll see you all next time.